Are you ready to go 5 pounds down? We've got fun cardio today. Let's go! All right, beautiful bees, let's go ahead and get moving and grooving. And that means that we are getting started with some arm circles with high knees. You guys, welcome to the workout. I'm Paula B. I'm your best middle-aged fitness friend. And around here, we are all about making peace with your menopausal body by finding a healthy weight and moving through the world in ways that feel like love. You guys, you know what feels like love? Losing weight with the 5-0 method, where every single day we do 5 things that make you say, oh, I had no idea it could be this simple to lose weight over 50. You guys, every single day we eat the right number of calories, which is not necessarily less than you were eating before. Every single day we drink the right amount of water, which is half your body weight in pounds, in fluid ounces of water. Every single day we get the right amount of sleep by doing arm crossers and booty kickers. No, by going to bed at the same time every night, getting up at the same time every morning, and not worrying about how much in between that was actual sleep. Every single day we exercise moderately with super fun exercises like this. I know, I'm singing every single day. We also manage our minds by finding our thoughts and deciding if they're helpful. And I want you to know that while you do this process, you are actually going to find a lot of unhelpful thoughts. And that's completely okay, that's completely normal. That's exactly the way this goes. And that's why I offer you a helpful thought every day. Let's go ahead and do some welcome to my homes, because welcome to Blossom's home. Blossom is actually on the ground. I have no idea if you can see her. She's like slightly, almost partially off camera. She's here, she's at my feet. She's gonna make this a very difficult workout. But here's our helpful thought for the day. I deserve what I want. That word deserve doesn't feel helpful right off the bat, does it? I know, and we're gonna talk about it today. Hey, but in the meantime, let me tell you about our workout. I've got the handy dandy gym boss here set for intervals of 20 seconds. I've got pairs of exercises that we're gonna do 2 by 2 before we move on to the next thing. So it's a repeating, no repeat kind of workout today. And let's go ahead and get started with it, shall we? We're gonna get started with walking stars. Forward, back, and tap. Thank you so much to my friend Julie. I tell you what, I'll never forget it now. Let's go ahead and get going. Forward, back, and tap. Now 20 seconds, you guys. Gonna go pretty fast. And here's the thing, when it beeps again, we're doing wide open side kicks. Hands are gonna open up out to the side while we also kick, and by kick I just mean raise your leg, out to each side also. We're gonna do this pair twice, so if the transition feels a little clunky, feels a little bit like, gee, I have no idea what I'm doing, first of all, don't ever worry about that, because truly, most of the time I don't really know what I'm doing either, and we have plenty of time to really enjoy this workout and have a good time with it. So don't spend your time worrying about the exercises, unless of course you'd like to worry about maybe holding in your core or making sure that you're breathing. Here we go with those walking stars again. Forward, back, and tap. The only thing I want you to worry about, and truly not even worry, I'd like you to be aware of your energy. I'd like you to be aware of your form. I'd like you to be aware of not injuring yourself. Everything else you're doing. Truly, if you are moving, here we go with those wide open side kicks. If you are moving and having fun and not getting injured, this is the best workout for you. And you deserve that. You guys, when it beeps again, we're doing Deadlift Jacks. The name has officially changed. Used to be the exercise formerly known as Forward Hinge Arm Flappers. But because I reference, here we go with Deadlift Jacks, because I reference the deadlift literally every time, and we're doing jumping jack arms while our lower body is doing deadlifts, why in the world wouldn't I call them this? Well, we are now. You're so welcome. Guys, when it beeps again, we're doing dancing frogs, and I'm gonna really be thinking about this one. This is the one where I'm lifting my hat, and kicking out my opposite foot. When I think about lifting the hat, like the dancing frog from those old cartoons, that's when I know which way to do this exercise. I have a mnemonic device for everything. When it beeps again, we're gonna do those deadlift jacks again for the second and final time. My friends, what do you deserve? You ever think about that word? I think about the word a lot, actually. It is a word that comes up very frequently in the Get Your Goal group. It's something that we talk about a lot. And I think that, in general, like out in the world where normal people are, here Here we go with those dancing frogs, which is to say, everybody out in the world, I think that we kind of reserve that word deserve for people who have done something bad, right? When it beeps again, by the way, we're doing chicken wing kicks. So our legs are actually going to continue doing this, a kick forward, while our arms are going to transition into chicken wings. Oh my gosh. Yes, here we go. Hands right underneath your chin, elbows flapping like chicken wings. When it beeps again, we're doing big arm side shuffles. I'm just going to kind of gently move myself to the side here. The thing about deserving, sometimes I think so frequently when I say that word deserve, I kind of hear my mom in my mind. I mean, you do that too for a lot of things, right? Like I think about my parents having conversations when I was a kid about like, oh, he really got what he deserved, or well, he deserves to have something bad happen to him because of what he did, or something like that. And just so that we're clear, here we go with those chicken wing kicks. My parents weren't especially like vindictive or anything. This was not a conversation that they had every day or anything like that. I just remember as a child trying to make sense of the world, as we do, trying to make sense of what deserving would be. And so in my mind, because of childhood experiences, I tend to think, here we go with big arm side shuffle, second and final time, I tend to think of deserving as getting something in like retaliation for what you have already done. When it beeps again, we're going to do windmill tap backs, arms are wide, feet are wide, reaching our opposite hand down towards our opposite foot. And the thing is, that word deserve, here we go with those windmill tap backs, actually can mean lots of things. And it can mean good things, really specifically. You can deserve what you want, and not even necessarily because of something good that you have done in the world. When it beeps again, we're doing twisting high knees, exactly what it sounds like. We're twisting one way and twisting the other while bringing up one high knee at a time. I like to think about it as twisting into the high knee, meaning that you're kind of bringing your opposite elbow towards that opposite knee. When it beeps again, coming back to those windmill tap backs. Whew, doggies, hey, did your heart rate come up already? Yes, indeed, mine too. Here we go with those windmill tap backs. I truly believe that everybody, yes, everybody, actually deserves to get what they want. And you know why? Here's at least part of my personal thinking about this. When it beeps again, we're doing those twisting high knees, is because it's actually really hard to get what you want. It actually takes a fair bit of mental clarity. It takes some focus. It takes some work, not just hard work, but like mental work. When it beeps again, by the way, we're doing letter K's. We're gonna start with our hands up overhead. Gonna have one foot kicking out to one side with that same arm, dropping down a little bit, forming a letter K on that side and not on the other side. When it beeps again, we're doing punch down tap outs, exactly what it sounds like so many of my exercises. Truly, I almost always name them either something silly or something silly for a purpose. Here we go with punch down tap outs. My friends, getting what you want is going to require of you that you make changes. Go, right? That's not easy. That takes some effort. That's going to require you to change your mind. That's going to require you to change your habits. Here we go with those letter K's and not, K and not, or mirror, whichever way you like to think about it. I like to think about it a lot of different ways, actually. Every time we do letter K's, I have a different sort of mental construct in my mind. Still always have the same mnemonic device, but I think about it differently. When it beeps again, doing those punch down tap backs. Here we go. Actually, tap outs. I wrote tap backs, but I meant tap outs. I think I said that correctly, or didn't. My friends, when it beeps again, we're doing speed skaters. We're skating from side to side while our hands in front of us making the infinity symbol. A long time ago, we used to call these swooshing skiers, but they don't really look like skiing, so I changed them to speed skaters. And you know, I'm mentioning that a lot today about changing. And I know that you know, because if you are in the middle of any kind of transition, hey, like the menopause transition, like being at a different place in your life, here we go with middle skips. Opposite hand, opposite knee, coming up at one time, like we're skipping, but without all that, jumping. When it beeps again, we are doing those speed skaters again. The thing about life is that we are always in the middle of some sort of change, and we're always, at least a little bit, kind of resisting it. Here we go with those speed skaters. And that truly is why I think you deserve what you want, because of what you will go through, because of the effort, both mental and physical, that you will need to be able to live through and tolerate while you are getting what you want. Now, does this mean, here we go with those middle skips again, does this mean that I don't think you deserve what you want if you, for example, win the lottery or have somebody give you a gift? No, I think you deserve that too. The fact is, I think you deserve all good things. I think everybody does. I think there's no reason to think anything other than that, because good things for everybody feels good. Hey, here we go with ding-dongs. By the way, speaking of feeling good, ding-dongs always do. This one reminds me of Weeble Wobbles, because we are we're tipping from side to side while our hands and one foot are swooshing out. When it beeps again, we're going to do double knees, hands up overhead. Going to bring your hand 2 times towards one knee and then 2 times towards the other knee. A little bit of a kind of a pivot here in the middle. I know that this one can feel a little bit tricky, and I want you to know, no matter what you are doing, here we go. When it beeps again, we're going back to ding-dongs for our second and final time. No matter what your version of this exercise, here we go with ding-dongs, ends up looking like, I promise you, again, unless you're getting injured, I promise you that you are doing such a great job. You deserve to do this workout exactly the way that it's going to work for you. Sometimes that means you're going slower than me. Sometimes it means you're doing an entirely different exercise. Here we go with double knees on one side, double knees on the other. When it beeps again, we're doing front push heel digs, which is what it sounds like, I suppose. If you know what a heel dig is, I'll tell you, I didn't for a very long time. I never taught group aerobics classes, and goodness gracious, I never took them. So we're pushing to the front while tapping your heel out to the front as well. Much as I love cardio, I mean, you guys, you know, I love me some cardio. I also love me some strength. I just love me some exercise. I love balance work. I don't love stretching very much, but I do enjoy it when I do it. When it beeps again, we're doing day breaks. Hands are going up overhead while your feet are doing Robert Palmer's. Even though the word day break is not from a Robert Palmer song, it's from a Barry Manilow song. Reminds me of singing along to that song, Daybreak, in the back of my Aunt Marty's car with our hands swaying overhead. When it beeps again, coming back to those front push heel digs, coming back to my memory of the 90s when I did not go to aerobics classes. I remember vividly going to one aerobics class at one of the colleges that I went to, and found out immediately that that was not for me, that I had no lung capacity, I had no desire to be in a class with other people who were sweating, and really just that was not going to happen. Here we go with day breaks again for the second and final time. And then later, like much later, gosh, probably a good 10 years later, after I had kids, and I was like, okay, not sure what just happened to my body, but I probably better go join a gym and figure this out. Didn't, by the way, for like another 10 years. But anyways, when it beeps again, we're doing skiers. Hands are going up and down in front of you while feet are swooshing back and forth underneath you. So when my kids were really little, joined another gym thinking, oh, I'll totally get in shape. I love to exercise, except that I didn't at all, and I was terrible at it. And I'm not coordinated. When it beeps again, we're doing booty kicker elbow swings, so your elbows are swinging back and forth while your legs are doing booty kickers. You know how to do this, it's from the warm-up. And if you don't, oh my gosh, don't worry about it, do something else. This was me. This is what I'm telling you about the step aerobics class that I took when my baby was, oh gosh, he was probably only a year old, maybe not even a year old. He's 22 now, by the way. That's how long ago this was. When it beeps again, we're doing those skiers again for the second and final time. And I was determined, trying to do something else there. This is why I didn't do well in step class. My sister loved step aerobics, which is hilarious to me because she was definitely no more coordinated than me, like truly less athletic, less coordinated, but for whatever reason totally understood step aerobics and went all the time. Here we go with, oh, booty kick your elbow swings. Totally forgot that because I was telling my story. Anyways, when it beeps again, let me tell you this. We're doing toy soldiers, hands overhead, opposite foot to opposite hand. Your hand is reaching down towards your opposite kicking foot. But so my sister loved step aerobics so much, I was like, okay, then I must be good at this. I had to compete with her because, you know, you have a sister, you know. And I was terrible. And I don't know if you know anything about step aerobics, but they make you turn around. So like sometimes you're facing forward, sometimes you're facing to the side, sometimes you're facing to the back. When it beeps again, we're doing goofy jacks. It's like a little bit of a squiddy squat, not much of a squat. And your hands are gonna be doing like a jumping jack motion while one foot kicks out to the side. So squiddy squat and a jumping jack motion, squiddy squat, and a jumping jack motion with a hand, or a foot rather, out to the side. When it beeps again, we're doing toy soldiers. So here I am in my first step aerobics class, not knowing how to do a single thing because I am uncoordinated and awkward, and it's a full class. And of course we're like turning around. Here we go with those toy soldiers. And then all of a sudden, when they have you turn around, I'm at the front of the class because I was at the rear of the class. And I don't think I actually left the class. I know for sure I wanted to. I know for sure that I wanted to. When it beeps again, we're doing goofy jacks. And you guys, that is why I'm on YouTube. It's because I never make you turn around. I have no idea what you're doing. I'm never going to call you out like I got called out. When it beeps again, we're doing low swinging tappers. Hands are swinging from side to side. They're actually going to get pretty high. It's just that they're not going up over your head. And we are tapping. Here we go. This is me in step aerobics class. Huh? Oh, my friends. Such good times. Good times. How in the world did I become a fitness instructor? Like, how did that happen? When it beeps again, we are doing alley-oops. Feet are nice and wide. And we are going up overhead, sort of like a rainbow, except that this is not named rainbow. We're just going alley-oop, up and over. When you pivot to one side, you're doing a little bit of a lunge. It does not have to be a big lunge at all. When it beeps again, we're coming back to those low swinging tappers, assuming I can do them. Here we go. Oh, my friends. No, really, that is why I'm on YouTube. I didn't like exercising in public. I still don't. I know for a fact when I exercise in public, I do things like this. Like I don't know what I'm doing and I get lost. And then I have to like kind of stop and remember. And here we go with alley-oops. This is absolutely why I don't exercise with music. I mean, one, I like to talk. And two, I can't stay on beat, even though I love music. And I have some rhythm. Not when I'm exercising, I don't. When it beeps again. We're doing papa squats. It's a little bit of a squatito. And your hands go down when your hips are down, and your hands go up when your hips are up. Now, here's the thing. You do not have to come down in a big squat at all. This is cardio. This is cardio. We're having fun. I want you to think about your form so that you're not hurting your knees, but I do not need you to get down super duper low. When it beeps again, we're doing shooting stars. It means your hand is gonna reach out one way while your foot is kicking out the other, and we are balancing in the middle. My friends, even when we are doing cardio, we are thinking about balance, because you know what? You deserve that. You personally deserve to have the body you want, to have it look like you want, and also to have it perform like you want. Here we go back to those papa squats, second and final time. And the thing about your body performing the way you want, it means that in very small doses, we have to practice things that maybe we don't love. In very small doses, we can do like these papa squats. We can do some balance work. We can do a little bit of stretching. Sometimes we can do, here we go with those shooting stars, a little bit of stuff that's good for us. And maybe your little bit of stuff that's good for you is this whole cardio workout. I got you, my friend. I promise you. I know, not everybody loves this. That's why I try and make it as fun as I can. When it beeps again, we're doing butter turns. Hey, speaking of fun, oh my gosh, hands are going up and down in front of you like you're churning butter. Because of course, why wouldn't you? While one foot is kicking out to the side. You might also like to think about this as dynamite, where you are pushing down on the plunger and one of your feet is very excited about that. When it beeps again, we're doing reach across crunch, which is exactly what it sounds like. You're gonna reach across the front of your body and then crunch down into an oblique crunch. Really thinking, oh, good golly, about opening up those hips, really using your obliques while we've got our heart rate nice and high, because you deserve that. You deserve to have excellent mobility. You deserve to stay on your feet. You deserve to be independent. Here we go with those butter turns. Second and final time. You, my friend, deserve to have what you want. And I have a question for you. Do you know what you want? Isn't that funny how we kind of sort of maybe a little bit know what we want. But then we start having these thoughts like, maybe I don't deserve it. Here we go with that reach across crunch. Oh my gosh, it's dip aerobics. When you know what you want, it will be easier to think that you deserve it when it beeps again, my friends. We're doing push. So it means we're stepping to the side. We're pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing. Almost no way to mess this up, unless you're me. When it beeps again. Oh my goodness gracious. We are on the last pair of exercises. When it beeps again, we're doing cheerleader kicks. Hands start at your shoulders and then go up from there while we're kicking 1 foot at a time. Rah, rah, sis, boom, bah. So much fun today, even if you don't like cardio. It's always fun to do things in short intervals with interesting conversation. Who knew where my mind was going to go today? Am I right? Here we go with push and push and push and push. You guys, when it beeps again, we're doing those cheerleader kicks for the very last time. And I do hope that thought was helpful. You know what? I realized that I didn't tell you how you would even know whether or not a thought is helpful for you. You have an unerring compass. Here we go with cheerleader kicks. I keep looking at the wrong line. I was totally going to try and do reach across crunch again, but I knew that was wrong. Cheerleader kicks. When it beeps again, by the way, we are done. We're not quite finished. We're going to do a single leg hip opener, high knee hip opener. It is a balanced move. I'm going to start with my left foot on the ground. Going to bring up one high knee and open that hip and then bring it back to center. I'm going to try really hard to just stand with my knee up the entire time. If you want to put your foot down, put your foot down. I'm really thinking about trying to keep my hip bone forward because I know I can get over farther if I twist my whole body. But I don't want to because then I'm not working the right muscles. Okay, other foot, high knee, hip opener. This one feels easier, but I think it feels easier because I'm twisting my body. I'm really trying to think about feeling the work exactly where I want to feel it, which is to say, right in the middle, deep inside your gluteal muscles. You guys, when it beeps again, we are better than done. Ha. Whew, doggies, we're finished. Let's cool it down. That was good stuff. You deserve this. You deserve to have what you want. And hopefully what you really wanted was a very silly cardio workout. If not, hey, maybe I deserved what I want. Maybe everybody deserves what they want, and we all sometimes make accommodations for that, and it gets you thinking about what you want. Now, here's the thing about whether or not that's a helpful thought. Your unerring compass is how it feels when you say that. When I say, or when you say rather, I deserve what I want. If you get a sinking feeling in your stomach, like, ooh, it's selfish. Ooh, I have to earn it. Ooh, I don't know about that. That's actually not a helpful thought for you right now. You can keep trying it out as you do the mental work of finding your thoughts about what deserving means and whether or not that would actually apply to you. And I encourage you, I encourage you to find all your thoughts, even the ones that don't feel very good. And that's why I offer you ones that might not feel amazing the first time you hear them. Let's go ahead and open it up. Oh my goodness. What a great workout. Give yourself a hug and a pat on your sweaty back because, oh, mine got sweaty. How about you? You guys, it's August and it's hot. And this is day 1 of a 5-day series, but oh my gosh, day 41 of our year so far. 5 pounds down, 5 new workouts every 4 weeks. Which means I've got a super fun week of workouts for us. Oh my goodness, what a great job you did. Thank you so much for working out with me. Make sure you click that subscribe button before you go, and I'll see you tomorrow.